circle back, address maybe the elephant in the room a little bit. Any update on the Miles Bridges situation?
The fact remains that, we kind of get the same information you get. Once that's sorted out and there's resolution, then we'll all take a deep breath, huddle up with ownership, and, figure out what the next step is.
It's been a while since I brought you guys an update on the Miles Bridges situation, in a situation that without a doubt altered the career of a player that really appeared to be rising up and coming into his own in the NBA. And I'm not here to comment on the morality of the decision. I'm just here to give you the news and tell you what this means for the guy. So before we get to the content, this video is going to get demonetized because there's a lot of crazy stuff in this video pertaining to what was alleged against him. You guys could do me a huge solid in getting this video pushed down the algorithm if you drop a like. And now that we get all of that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Last year, Miles Bridges really bet on himself, and I've seen this type of decision completely alter the trajectory of careers, both in a positive way and in a negative way. I mean, I just made a video on my Microphone Football channel about a player that made the wrong decision in this case. Baker Mayfield demanded a trade from the team that he was initially on to a much lesser team just so he could be a starter, and ultimately that resulted in the demise of his career as he got benched very shortly into his career with his brand new team. But if you want a basketball example, look no further than the case of Dennis Schroeder, an individual that was offered a huge sum of money to extend his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. He opted to bet on himself. It made a lot of sense for him to do so, because typically if you're on a LeBron James led team and that LeBron James led team ends up winning an NBA championship, chances are you're gonna get yourself a nice little bag in the summer. So the logic and the rationale for Dennis Schroeder to bet on himself made a lot of sense. Ultimately, that isn't what ended up happening. The Lakers dealt with a plethora of injuries that playoff run, and they ended up getting defeated by the Phoenix Suns. Dennis Schroeder ended up taking a veteran minimum contract with the Boston Celtics in that summer, and he was memed mercilessly. Another good example of this is Victor Oladipo, a man who was offered contract extensions by both the Indiana Pacers and the Houston Rockets once he was traded to the Houston Rockets. He rejected both of them and opted to sign a veteran minimum with the Miami Heat. And in the case of Miles Bridges, he bet on himself, and it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't at the same time. This is a man that was offered a 4-year, $60 million contract extension with the Charlotte Hornets, which is quite a chunk of change. He decided to decline that offer at the advice of his agent and really bet on himself. The result of that was him going from a 12 points per game scorer from the 2020 to 2021 season to a 20 points per game scorer during the 2021 to 2022 season. He not only had career highs in points, but he also had career highs in assists and rebounds, and still maintained about the same field goal percentage, which was fantastic because it means this young man was in line for a crazy contract extension. We're talking about 5 years, $173 million. But unfortunately, something tragic happened. Right around the time that Miles Bridges was supposed to get a crazy contract extension, a terrifying felony charge was filed against him for domestic violence and child abuse. He was facing 3 felony domestic violence charges after being accused of assaulting his girlfriend in front of their 2 children last month. George Gascon said that his office filed 1 felony count of injuring a child's parent and 2 felony counts of child abuse under circumstances or conditions likely to cause great bodily injury or death. The case includes an allegation of causing great bodily injury on the domestic violence victim. The DA's release noted that the children were present for the alleged assault but did not otherwise specify what the child abuse count stems from. And trust me, his girlfriend made sure that we knew that the child was there because this chilling video was posted onto her Instagram.
What?
Daddy choked mommy.
Daddy choked mommy? Why?
Because he beat me with the fight together.
Well, what did you do?
I smacked him and Daddy doesn't be nice.
You hit him and told him to be nice? What did he do that for, though?
They were fighting each other.
Where's your mommy's phone?
Throw in the window.
He throwed it out the window?
Yeah, Daddy did it.
He threw her phone out the window. Where'd he put her shoes?
Throw it out the window.
Oh my gosh, why?
Because he wasn't being nice. As I smack him though.
Yeah, that's not very nice. You have to be nice to people.
Mind you, this came after a already slightly controversial Instagram post where Miles Bridges posted a picture of some pink-looking liquid and a joint in his hand, which again, not necessarily the biggest deal in the world, but a very questionable decision when you're a professional athlete. And you need to truly understand, this man has so much potential. He's talented not only on the basketball court, but he had a thriving music career as well. I mean, this man was literally living NBA 2K23 my career in real life. Until this all happened. So Miles Bridges would get arrested and his girlfriend Michelle Johnson would post some graphic images onto Instagram that I can't post on this video, but I'll post on my story. The caption read that I hate that I had to come to this, but I can't be silent anymore. I've allowed someone to destroy my home, abuse me in every way possible, and traumatize our kids for life. I have nothing to prove to the world, but I won't allow anyone who could do something so horrible to have no remorse and paint a picture of something I'm not. I won't allow the people around him to continue to silence me and continue to lie to protect this person. It's unethical, it's immoral, it's truly sick. It hurts my heart because I've always had hope and so much love, and as scary as this is for me to do, it's time I stand up for myself. I won't be silent to protect others anymore because I value myself and my kids more than anyone's image. A fractured nose, wrist, torn eardrum, torn muscles in my neck from being choked until I went to sleep, and a severe concussion. I don't need sympathy, I just don't want this happening to anyone else. I just want this person to get help. My kids deserve better, and that's all I want. It hurts. Everything hurts. The situation hurts. Most importantly, I'm scared and hurting for my kids who are witness to everything. Please respect my family's privacy and stop with the disgusting rumors and allegations. As a result, well, the Charlotte Hornets were a little hesitant to match any potential max offer sheet that Miles Bridges would receive. As you can see over here, rival executives expected Hornets restricted free agent Miles Bridges to command a max or near max deal in July. And there was some hesitancy from Charlotte to match a max offer sheet. And instead of getting a huge contract extension due to his questionable future, Miles Bridges went unsigned during the offseason. The Hornets didn't offer him, they pulled their qualifying offer, and we just all waited to see what Miles Bridges' future would look like at this point. And we finally got an answer today, as ESPN via Baxter Holmes tweeted out this news. Hornets restricted free agent Miles Bridges pleaded no contest to a felony domestic violence charge on Thursday in Los Angeles Superior Court and will face 3 years of probation and no jail time as part of a deal with prosecutors. Now, you might be wondering, what does this all mean? Well, in terms of what this means for his NBA career, at the moment, Miles Bridges remains unsigned, but if he were to sign with a team, the NBA, under the collective bargaining agreement, has the right to suspend, fine, dismiss, or disqualify him from any further association from the league because he pleaded no contest. Bear in mind, he pleaded no contest, he didn't plead not guilty. What a no contest plea means is Bridges, who was present in court, is accepting the punishment and the conviction without formally admitting guilt in the case. Bridges was accused of assaulting his then girlfriend in front of their 2 children in May. In July, LA County District Attorney George Gascon's office filed 3 felony charges against Bridges, who initially pleaded not guilty to all 3. On Thursday, Bridges' attorney and the DA's office reached an agreement, which a prosecutor said that the woman agreed and approved of, that he plead no contest to 1 count, which covers domestic violence towards a spouse or other cohabitant, and that the other 2 counts be dismissed. The felony charges also included an allegation of causing great bodily injury on the domestic violence victim, and that allegation was dismissed as part of the plea agreement. The original charges filed in July were 1 felony count of injuring a child's parent and 2 felony counts of child abuse under circumstances or conditions likely to cause great bodily injury or death. The DA's July release said that the children were present for the alleged assault but did not otherwise specify what the child abuse count stemmed from. Now, that's not it. Just because he's on probation doesn't mean he could just go back to his life scot-free. During his 3-year probation, Bridges will be required to complete 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling and 52 weeks of parenting classes, serve 100 hours of community service, and undergo weekly narcotics testing, with marijuana allowed only if there is a valid doctor's prescription. He cannot own any guns or ammunition or any dangerous weapons. He also will have to pay a restitution fine of $300 and a DV fine of $500 and obey the terms of a 10-year protective order, staying 100 yards away from and having no contact with the woman. Bridges and the woman maintain custody over their 2 children, and any visitation or exchange of children must be done peacefully and through a neutral third party. I mean, to be honest, as far as punishments go, this seems like the proper way to rehabilitate an individual. 52 weeks of DV counseling, 52 weeks of parenting classes, 100 hours of community service, weekly narcotics testing, and there's even a way that he can still smoke marijuana, which, as we saw from the picture earlier, something that he's clearly interested in doing. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just, it could have been a way worse punishment, man. And what teams would be interested in signing Miles Bridges? I could already think of a team off the top of my head that is literally salivating at the idea of trying to sign Miles Bridges. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.